The desert sun was already blazing when I heard the first clang. At first, I thought it was the wind knocking loose one of the new solar panels I'd installed on my ranch barn roof. But then came another clang, followed by a grating metallic screech, and then, unmistakably, a voice. "Don't worry, I'm saving the neighborhood." I froze mid-step. Oh no, not again. It was Linda, the self-appointed president of the Desert Springs HOA, that had been trying to regulate my private ranch for the past 6 months. Despite the fact that my property was miles outside their official jurisdiction, when I rounded the corner, my jaw dropped. There she was, standing on top of my barn roof, wearing gardening gloves, a floppy hat, and holding a crowbar. My solar panels, the $70,000 renewable setup I'd installed last spring, were half ripped off and scattered across the ground. "Linda," I shouted, "what the hell are you doing on my roof?" She looked down with that smug grin that could curdle milk. "Removing these illegal eyesores," she said. "They're disturbing the neighborhood aesthetic." "The what neighborhood?" I barked. "We're in the middle of 120 acres of cattle pasture." She folded her arms, wobbling slightly on the roof. "The Desert Springs HOA recently voted to expand our boundaries. That means your ranch falls under community guidelines now, and solar panels are not approved materials." I blinked. "Linda, you can't just vote to take over private land." "Oh, we can," she said confidently, and we did. "These panels are violating Article 7, reflective hazards and unauthorized structures. Consider this a community service." At that moment, there was a crack. One of the roof beams shifted. Under her weight, she yelped and scrambled for balance, accidentally yanking another solar panel clean off the rack. It hit the ground with a thud that made me wince. I sighed, pulled out my phone, and hit record. "You're trespassing, vandalizing private property, and damaging a federally subsidized solar installation. You might want to climb down before this gets ugly." Linda scoffed. "Federally subsidized? Please, you just bought some cheap junk off Amazon." I smiled slowly. "Actually, Linda, those panels are part of a Department of Energy Rural Clean Initiative. They're registered. You just destroyed federal property." Her face went pale. "Let's not. That's not possible." "Want to bet?" I said, dialing the sheriff's office. 10 minutes later, 2 deputies rolled up, followed by a black SUV with tinted windows. Out stepped a man in a suit and sunglasses, flashing a badge that read, "Department of Energy, Federal Investigations Division." Linda's jaw dropped. Wait, this is a mistake I was trying to enforce. Desert Springs HOA bylaws. The agent turned to me. "You're the property owner." "Yes, sir." "Got it all on video too," I said, handing him my phone. He watched 30 seconds of Linda ripping and prying with a crowbar, then nodded. "Ma'am, you're under investigation for destruction of federally protected renewable energy infrastructure. Please step." Down from the roof, Linda started babbling. No, you don't understand. I'm protecting the neighborhood from unsightly tech." The deputy sighed. "Ma'am, get down before you fall, or we call the fire department." When she finally climbed down, one of the agents took photos of the damage. Torn wires, shattered panels, the crowbar she'd used as her tool of justice. Within the hour, Linda was sitting on the tailgate of the deputy's truck, red-faced and furious. I was trying to help. "You people don't understand community order." I leaned against the fence. "Linda, the only thing you understand is how to ruin your own day." The DOE agent smirked. "Ma'am, interfering with a federal energy project can carry up to 10 years in prison or a fine exceeding $250,000. She blinked. "It's $250,000 for a few panels." I shrugged. "Guess you should have read my bylaws first." The sheriff came over, shaking his head. "We're impounding her vehicle. You'll get the official report this afternoon." By evening, Linda was on every local news station. The headline read, "Local HOA President Arrested for Damaging Federal Solar Energy Property." claimed she was protecting neighborhood aesthetics. The Desert Springs HOA board dropped her the next day. Her house went up for sale within a week. And as for me, I got full reimbursement for the damage, plus a grant to expand my solar field, courtesy of the DOE. Now, when the sun hits my new panels just right, I swear I can hear them hum like freedom itself. And every time a car passes the ranch, the reflection bounces straight into what used to be Linda's front yard. A little reminder that some people just can't handle the power. Sun High Voltage. Subscribe to Ho Conflict Story for more.